Hi, this is Will, and we're doing the synthetic table. This is by Lazar, me, Daniel Silva, Brandon, and Bennedict. The stuff you need to know before you start is just simple multiplication, as well as addition and subtraction. Here's the steps. Step 1. You switch the coefficients sign in the divisor and box it. So here's the original problem. We basically take this number, -2, which is the divisor, and you switch the sign. So since it's negative, we would make it 2, and we'd box it. Step number 2. We list the coefficients from the first parentheses, and we leave space. So we go back to the original problem. We have our coefficients 2, 3, and -20. So then we go back here, and we have 2, 3, -20. And then you'd also have the box from step 1. So then step 3, you drop the first coefficient like it's hot. So you take the 2 and you drop it. So then step 4, you take the coefficient that you just dropped and multiply it to the divisor. So you would take the 2 and multiply it by the box number, the divisor. So your product would be 4, and you'd place it over here. So then going to step 5, you add or subtract, depending on the sign. So we have 3 plus 4, which would be 7. Then for step 6, we repeat steps 4 and 5. So we would basically take the number and multiply it again by 2. So we get 7 from adding 3 plus 4. So then 7 times 2, and we put it back over here, 14. So then you add, it become -6. And then whatever your last number is, then you would put over your original divisor, so it'd be the remainder. So it'd be -6 over x minus 2. And then final step, step 7, you add your variables. And they're one less exponent. So if we go back to the original problem, we have our variables x squared, x, and no variable. So we'd go down, and since it's one less exponent, it would be 2x instead of 2x squared plus 7 minus 6 over x minus 2. That's it. Common mistakes people make is over here, for example, they would not add correctly. So say it'd be 3 plus 4. They would just make silly mistakes, as well as multiplying here. They would just make multiplication errors, which would cause a complete wrong answer because it builds upon itself. So that's some common mistakes people make. Exceptions. When you get a 0, you stop and do not put a remainder. So here, for example, we have 3, 1, 0 as like our products. So instead of putting a remainder under the last number, we would just simply put 3x plus 1. So here I'm going to work out an example problem. So we have 4x squared plus 5x plus 1 divided by x plus 1. First thing, let's go ahead and write our coefficients. So 4, 5, and 1. Then we make this -1, because don't forget we change the sign. Drop it like it's hot. 4. Then multiply it to the -1, so this becomes -4. That become 1, then multiplied by -1, we have 0, which means we don't have a remainder. So then, instead of putting a remainder, we do 4x plus 1. That's it, there's your answer. Example number 2. So, again, we're going to write our coefficients. So 1, -3, -7, -14. We're going to change that sign to a 4. So drop it like it's hot. 4. Then we're going to put it here. We add, becomes 1. Multiply by 4 again. -3. 4 times -3, -12. That's going to be -26. So since it's not a 0, we're going to have the remainder. So we're going to bring this down here. This could be x minus 4. And then we're going to go ahead and list our variables as well. So it'll be 4x to the third plus 1x squared minus 3x minus 26 over x minus 4. And the reason why, again, we would lower the variable by 1. So, yeah, there's your final answer. Try these numbers. I'll present the answers in about 5 seconds, so pause if you need to. These are the answers. Number 1, 1x squared minus 1. Number 2, 1x to the power of 3 plus 1x squared plus 4x minus 6 plus 13 over x plus 2. There you have it. Thank you for watching. Hope you learned something.